Hi, I'm Mauricio. I am the co-founder and chief sales officer at Ledn. And Ledn is a very simple company that helps you get the cash or funding you need while using your Bitcoin as collateral without having to sell it. The reason this is helpful for people is because when you have acquired or accumulated wealth in Bitcoin, you are effectively locked out of most traditional financial services. If you show up to a traditional bank today and you tell them you have $1 million worth of Bitcoin and you want to borrow some amount to buy a house, they will tell you that Bitcoin is not an asset. They won't lend you any dollars because they want to see your income, they want to see your credit score, and to them, your Bitcoin is worthless. At Ledn, it's the complete opposite. Your Bitcoin is your credit worthiness. We don't run credit checks. You could just come up, you pass KYC, and you can apply for a loan and be out on your way within the same day. Our loans require 2-to-1 Bitcoin collateral to the dollars being borrowed, and it starts at $500. So you could test the service by pledging $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and you would get your $500 in either fiat or stablecoins. Average funding time is 9.6 hours. Getting onboarded into Ledn takes about 5 minutes. You just need a copy of your ID, a proof of address document, and you'll be on your way. In terms of where you can access the product from, we are available in over 100 countries, and our services are available in Spanish, Portuguese, French, and English. And that includes from the marketing website all the way to the legal agreements and customer support. We are a Bitcoin-only company, meaning the only collateral you can use for our loans is Bitcoin. And this is very important because it keeps us focused. At Ledn, we like to say that the best restaurants have the smallest menus. We do one thing and we do that better than anyone else, and that is lending dollars backed by Bitcoin. As Bitcoiners, we know how important it is to select the right person or the right group when considering transferring custody or possession of your Bitcoin. And it's why we've been focusing on proof of reserves since day one. We are very proud to have been the first lender that ever done it. We have the longest running proof of reserves program in the lending industry, and that's something that we care deeply about. The only type of loans available at Ledn are custody Bitcoin-backed loans. And what this means is that once you pledge your Bitcoin as collateral for the loan, that Bitcoin sits in custody at all times, either with Ledn or one of our funding partners. It does not move. It does not get lent out to generate any interest. It's a dead simple product, and it's meant to be that simple because simple things are easy to understand. Through that transparency, we've also earned the trust of our clients, growing to become the second largest lender in centralized finance and the largest lender at a consumer level today. Broadly speaking, the two main benefits of these products are, number one, you get to keep the upside on the Bitcoin. Even after you pledge the Bitcoin as collateral for a loan, that's still your Bitcoin, and any price appreciation still accrues to you. Your loan obligation grows at the rate of interest that you're taking on, but your Bitcoin continues to accrue. Many times, and oftentimes since we started the business, it accrues much faster than the interest that you accumulate on the loan. And the second one is that most often selling your Bitcoin is a taxable event, whereas borrowing against your Bitcoin is not a taxable event. So there are some tax advantages, and there's obviously the big point, which is keeping the upside on the best performing asset. So if you're watching this and you're thinking that you might be interested in a Bitcoin collateralized loan product and you're evaluating your options, I would strongly encourage you to ask these questions. Number one is, do they have a proof of reserves protocol? How long has this proof of reserves protocol been running for? Does it cover assets and liabilities? The second thing that I would look at is, how long has this company been in the market? There's been many episodes of volatility previously that have brought down other lenders. And the third thing that I would look at is at the complexity of the business and how many things are they trying to do. If a company tries to do too many things, that inherently adds a lot more complexity to their operations, and there can be pockets of risk that are harder to identify. So to recap, I would ask for proof of reserves covering assets and liabilities. I would look at time in the market, and I would look at the simplicity of the business model. One very important thing to highlight about our product is that it does not require monthly interest payments on the loan. All interest accrues while the loan is open, and you can repay it at any time with no penalty. And this is very beneficial because it broadens out the number of things that you can use the loan for. We have clients that are taking out larger loans to buy property or houses, and they really like the fact that they don't have to come up with monthly interest expenses, because oftentimes when they come to us, they are short fiat, long Bitcoin. So there's no point in us asking them to give us any fiat every month because they are inherently short fiat. That's why they came to us in the first place. The second thing that people use these types of products for are to finance their business operations. Many businesses, both public and private, work with us because they are on a Bitcoin standard. But sometimes they have expenses that come up and they need fiat to meet those obligations. So they come to us, they borrow the cash they need, cover their expenses, and then later on manage their loan or repay their loan with a future cash flow. The third thing that we see is a lot of people use us to finance normal day-to-day operations. So not just companies live on a Bitcoin standard, but people live on a Bitcoin standard too. A lot of developers get paid in Bitcoin every month and they have to go pay rent in fiat or groceries in fiat, etc. So they come to us on a month-to-month basis to get the cash they need and settle their life expenses and keep the Bitcoin. The key takeaway here is that although your bank might think differently, Bitcoin is not just a great asset, it is pristine collateral. Why? Because it allows borrowers to access financing in equal terms, no matter where they're from. A Bitcoin from Lima is the same as a Bitcoin from Lisboa. And that allows the borrower to face the same conditions and the same terms when accessing financing that people around the globe. And there's not a single entity before Bitcoin that could say that and treat borrowers as fairly and equally as we do here at Ledn. And the other thing that I will say is it equally helps the lender, because for us as lenders, there is no better collateral. Bitcoin trades 24/7, it's deeply liquid, and allows us to underwrite credit to people all over the world equally and fair. And I believe that over time, Bitcoin will revolutionize or transform the world of asset-backed lending. So if you do want to check out how you can use your Bitcoin as collateral, you can head over to our website, ledn.io, create an account, complete KYC, and you can apply for a loan and be on your way in less than a day.
Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end. Look, if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and check out the video here on the right-hand side. I'm sure you'll enjoy that one as well. And if you're ready for more, go to realvision.com/join. I'll see you there.